Okay guys, so we are back to read another chapter of our chapter book. Of course, we are reading Wayside School Gets a Little Stranger. This is written by Lewis Sacker, and today, in our live session, we are going to be voting on the next chapter book that we're going to read. So let's get right down to it. Yesterday we read chapter 24, which was about Miss Snowguard making all of the kids feel terrible about themselves, and they went home and they hated school. So we're going to find out what happens in chapter 25. Chapter 25 is Guilty. Okay, and here's the picture. Some of the children were working in their workbooks. Others were reading in their readers. And still others were computing on the computer. Miss Snowguard looked from one to another. Eeny, meeny, miny, Mauricia, she thought. Mauricia was stamping a stamp. Mauricia, said Miss Snowguard, will you come here, please? Mauricia walked to the front of the room. Yes, she said cheerfully. Don't yes me, young lady, said Miss Snowguard. You know what you did. Mauricia looked back at her teacher. What did I do? She wondered. Miss Snowguard waited patiently. Everyone was guilty of something. I didn't do anything, did I? Thought Mauricia. I've been good, I think, unless she found out about that dictionary page I accidentally tore. No, she couldn't know about that. It happened before she even got here, and I don't think anybody saw me do it. I didn't do anything, she said. I probably should have told Mrs. Jules about it, she realized, but it wasn't even my fault. I was looking up how to spell journey for my journal, and the page just ripped all by itself, Mauricia thought. It is one thing to do something wrong, said Miss Snowguard, but when you do, you should admit it always. We all make mistakes, but when you lie about it, you make matters much worse for yourself. Mauricia nodded as she tried to figure out what to do. If Miss Snowguard knew she tore the dictionary page, then of course she should admit to it. But there was no way Miss Snowguard could know about it. It was impossible. I don't know what you mean, she said innocently. I didn't do anything wrong. She smiled at her teacher. Miss Snowguard stared at her for a long moment, then said, Will you please bring me the dictionary? The smile dropped off Mauricia's face and crashed to the floor. The dictionary lay on the top of the bookcase. Mauricia numbly went to get it. How could she know? She wondered. It's impossible. Maybe she wants to look up a word? She carried the heavy book back to Miss Snowguard. Guys, remember, a dictionary is a big book of words, and it has all the definitions or what the words mean in that book. Now, these days, we don't really use a dictionary. We can just look it up on the internet or on your phone or any of the electronics that we use. But back in the day, we used to have to use a dictionary to figure out what words meant. So that's what Mauricia is talking about. Thank you, Mauricia, said Miss Snowguard, flipping through the pages of the dictionary. I need to look up the word journey. Mauricia couldn't take it any longer. I ripped it, she cried. I tore the dictionary. I'm sorry. I don't even know how it happened. I was just turning the page, really. Maybe pages only have a certain number of times they can be turned, like 959 times. Then when you turn the page for the 1000th time, it will rip, no matter who turns it. Miss Snowguard sadly shook her head. I am very disappointed in you, Mauricia, she said. Not only did you vandalize the dictionary, but then you lied about it. I thought I could trust you, Mauricia, but I guess I was wrong. I'm a horrible person, Mauricia agreed. I'm sorry. Don't apologize to me, said Miss Snowguard. It's not my dictionary. It belongs to the class. Mauricia had to stand in front of the class and tell them the whole story and that she was sorry. Then, since nobody would ever be able to use that page again, she had to read it aloud to the class. She struggled through the difficult words like journalism and judicious. Speak up, Miss Snowguard had to keep reminding her. And everyone needs to pay close attention because there will be a test on it when Mauricia is finished. Hey, that's not fair, complained Jason. We didn't rip the dictionary. Why should we be punished? It's not a punishment, said Miss Snowguard. It is for your own good. Since you can no longer use that page, you need to memorize it. Thanks a lot, Mauricia, griped Jenny. And when Jenny finally finished reading it, Miss Snowguard made her turn the page over and read the back side of the page too. But I only ripped the front of the page, said Mauricia, not the back. She finished, then returned to her seat, angry and upset. She wasn't angry at Miss Snowguard. Miss Snowguard was just being fair, she thought. But there was only one way Miss Snowguard would have known about the torn page. Somebody in the class must have seen her tear it and tattled on her to Miss Snowguard. She looked around the room. From Dee Dee to Todd to Terrence to Joy, she didn't trust any of them. One of her friends was a no-good, dirty, double-crossing snake in the grass. She had to find out who it was. All right, we only have 4 more chapters left in our last Wayside School book, if you can believe it. So we only will keep reading it for 2 days this week and then next week, and then we'll be done. All right. So here is what we're going to read tomorrow. The chapter is called Never Laugh at a Shoelace, chapter 26. Okay. See you guys soon for poetry.